Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just puts your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro. Am I good to go? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. It is the morning shake. And of course, my host, my co-host have swapped places today. So I don't know who's going to start today.
Same.
Same. All right, no problems. Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins? Bless up to the world. It's your boy Jay Paris. We're coming to you live on this beautiful Monday morning from Johannesburg, South Africa. It's the Morning Shake powered by The Inside Show, and it's one of the best podcasts in the world. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you.
Plus, we've decided to switch up the atmosphere and the energy in studio today. Just I don't know, bruh. Jay just feels like he wanted to.
I got like vibes here at the back of me.
Yeah, bro.
I think
Can
we
I
all
see your
have
halo?
facts. I was just about to say the same thing.
Anyways, and also, Mr. Jesse decided to switch places with Jay Paris today. What's happening, bro?
I didn't really decide. Didn't have much of a choice. Walked in. Jay was sitting in my seat. You don't ask lots of questions. You just find
go,
a seat and you go.
There you go with the flow, bro. Life brings about challenges, trials, and tribulations, bro, and hiccups. And
Sometimes
the
you just gotta
best thing,
switch it
bro,
up.
is to just show stoicism and go with it, bro.
Yeah.
And keep your head up, chin up, and keep going with it.
Keep your
Let's
head
release
up.
dust tracks for each other.
Let's
Facts.
release those tracks for each other. Ladies and gentlemen, which brings
Weak
us to our
ones.
first
Let's
conversation
say the churches, the choirs must release dust tracks to
to each
other.
other. Yeah, once. Nah, but check here. Today we're gonna have some interesting conversations. It's the Paris Olympics coming up. It's the story continues with that Mark Driscoll beef, and then of course, yeah, man, there's
Still
some.
rolling.
Huh?
They still rolling.
Nah, bruh, they're not really rolling, but there's some hard feelings, man. But it is what it is. And then of course, JJ just told us now
JJ.
that
Remember JJ's?
JJ.
Ice
only used to
JJ
buy your
fish.
cheese from
Remember
there.
Ice JJ fish, bro?
Nah,
There's
facts.
something about you, girl.
Jay like JJ's. Yo.
Me?
Yeah, you like the
JJ's.
JJ's. Yeah.
But JJ's were the in things with jeans, bro.
Does that era of skinnies? Everyone went to JJ's.
Go to JJ's and Billabong.
Remember skinnies, yo.
And
My bro-
Billabong.
You still on a skinny vibe though?
Yeah, semi.
See that thing that's been going around, bro. Ooh, what is that? But then the 2017 looks better.
Yeah, then the
Ooh,
2017.
brother, what is that? Ooh. That thing.
Nah, it's you know what it is? It was a Muslim what is not a father website, Muslim father. What do they call the Islamic like priests? They what is it like?
Fathers.
The imam. The imam.
Imams, yeah.
So the imam was like, brother, what's that, brother?
Based on what?
Ew.
His drip.
Nah, he was busy. No, bro, he was busy preaching. And then he was talking about like sin and things. And then he was like,
Oh,
you must
nice.
stay away from that.
Whoever
Ew,
that.
what is that?
Shout-
And then
shout
somebody
out.
made, then
Shout
they
out
made
to
a
that
meme about
imam,
it.
bro. He's been going viral, bro. While his sound bite has been going viral.
Like that
And-
other one, bro, I was laughing for that other one where it says, they gave it to me. How much was it? They gave it to me. So this morning when we were driving, we saw a guy with a tile cutter. Because the original video comes from a gent. He comes home to his fro with a tile cutter. You know that big thing? They put a tile on it and
And
it
you-
slices the tile. Then his Cherry asks him, who gave it? How much was it? And he's like, they gave it to me. Someone gave it to him. So they must made a meme about it. I don't know if you saw.
Nah, bro.
A gent comes home with an expensive card and the wife comes out. How much was it? And he's like, they gave it to me. Anyways.
But what drip do you think is better though, bro? Back then, or like I see the bag is obviously coming back.
Bruh,
into the
you know
fold.
what? A fashion is something that rotates.
Yeah.
There was a time bell bottoms was a thing when my parents were growing up. And then it went away. Then bell bottoms came back. Then skinnies was a thing in the 2000s. And then it went away. Then it comes back again.
Not
then
baggy again.
baggy came back. Then that 90s vibe came back again with the big basketball t-shirts, the Jordans, the baggies. So, bro, but I feel like 2024 is a time, like now, nobody cares, bro. You can literally wear what you want, bro. This person dresses like goth. This one dresses like whatever. Nobody cares anymore, bro. It's not like a certain style is a certain style, bro. People dress how they want to now.
Nah, truth, bro.
They do their hair how they want to. They leave their beard to grow how they want to. There's no real particular style as to what people are
But I guess
Leicester.
that's why they say fashion is at the end of the day. As long as you're comfortable in what you're wearing.
Look, you don't also look like a hobo at the end of the day. You want to be looking scruffy.
Kanye.
Kanye, bro.
Kanye.
And I don't think people even vibe with that. Which brings us to the music beef, bro. What's happening there with the music
Yeah,
beef?
broski. So we touched on a bit of beef. I think it was last week and the week before, bro. We know basically Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. They had a little bit of beef, but I think that died down. Yo, Kendrick, it's been 2 weeks.
I can forget
It's
it,
been
man.
2 weeks.
Unless man drops a whole album.
Yeah, maybe. Nah, but I don't think you'd want to dedicate an entire album to Aubrey, bro. That'll be
Uncle Obas.
that'll be pushing it.
But at the end of the day, Future and Metro did it.
Okay, true. But
The
let's
whole
wait.
album to Obas.
Okay, let's wait. Let's.
But what happened to Quavo, bro?
Yeah, bro. So that beef, bro. I just want to segue into it. That beef. Obviously died down, bro. And next thing. What's his name?
Guys, please drop
Quavo.
your comments in the comment section.
Chris Brown hops onto the scene, bro, because now it's heated, it's hot
Yeah.
and about, bro, in the music industry. Chris Brown drops a diss track to Quavo. Quavo released a couple of days later. People aren't really vibing with Quavo's one, bro. I don't really vibe with both of them.
But
they
people are
diss
saying
tracks.
Breezy's one is better.
Based on the echelon that they at.
So it's
Breezy's
they're not on
is-
a Pac and Biggie echelon.
Nah, they're not there, bro.
For me,
They're not.
I'm
I know.
Chris
Jess
Brown,
likes.
bro.
No, I'm saying based on the echelon that they're at, bro. I would give the
Yeah.
dub to Chris Brown. I like Chris Brown, bro, but I'm just saying, in that regard, bro, I'd give
Do you
it
think
to.
Quavo's more popular than Chris Brown, though, bro?
No,
No,
bro, Breezy.
Right now, big Breezy.
I don't know why did Breezy even choose to go for Quavo, bro.
But Quavo's
But they've been
is Quavo
beefing,
A
for the
list, bro?
longest
Nah,
time.
Quavo's
Quavo's
not
not A,
A-list.
nah.
He's not A-list. He's probably B.
I think
a
Quavo
B-list.
is A. Migos is big, bruh.
Migos is big, nah, but
But
Migos is
we,
not
but
A
the thing
plus,
is,
bro. Like
we
the
always
Breezes and
we
the
always judge
The thing
based
is-
of this,
no,
bro.
But okay, come on here. The thing is, we're not also really into that scene, bro. Like the whole Migos type of vibes, ad-libs and all that things. But those gents are big. They
Nah, facts.
literally
Nah,
they literally have a part in music that they formed, bruh. A sound and the way things are done. They literally formed a whole
But-
part of music.
But do you
That's how
think?
big
Nah,
they are.
do you think like how we always
We
have
always
this
speak
convo,
about
nah,
when
if we
the-
say if they had to come SA and they go FNB, will they fill up?
I think so.
Quavo alone, bro.
Bro, we have
Quavo alone, I don't know. If
no,
he'll
not
fill up.
Quavo alone.
Yeah.
Migos, yes.
Migos, the whole Migos.
Yeah.
I can't see Clayton. It's dark there. in the
Bro, I
studio.
know Migos is. Yo, brother, the Tweez is all these gents they big on.
Sal Migos, Sal Quavo
They-
alleen vol maken over the stadium.
Not Quavo, but Migos.
Migos, you think Migos will fill up?
The other one obviously took off, bro. So I think
He
it's
says
just
half. He says Migos will take half. Breezy will fill up FNB, bro. Now.
I-
well, bro.
Defs.
Breezy definitely.
Breezy will fill
But
up
that's why,
FNB,
bro. When
bro.
we speak of A-list,
Most
we're
def.
definitely speaking of the Breezes, the Taylor Swift, of course, bro.
Yeah, bro. Even
Drake.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z would probably, because he's from a different era, although he's still relevant now. I mean, the homie can drop something now.
Beyonce, bro. If Beyonce
Nah,
sells
B.
tickets now, it will be finished in 5 minutes, bro.
Queen B,
Yeah,
definitely,
B.
bro.
It will be finished in 5 minutes.
Queen
Bieber,
B.
yes.
Bieber obviously did FNB multiple
But people
times,
can
bro.
come back. I don't know, he's going through anxiety and depression
Hey,
again,
bruh.
bro. I saw
And
on
he
his
looks like
IG.
anxiety, bro. His face is
Tearful,
ugly,
yeah,
bro.
The parties.
The party is ugly.
Yo, people.
Oh, man, my bro. Go shave. Go wash your bums.
Yo.
He looked like his bums is stinking like he didn't wash for 3 days.
I shame.
But bro, nonetheless, bro, going back to the Breeze and Quavo beef, bro. Something crazy took place this past weekend. So Quavo had a show in an arena, not too sure which arena it is, bro. And next thing, only the
Even that
marsh.
arena is not big. Also.
That's
I
not
saw
that
the
big.
video,
But
yeah.
regardless, even worse, bro, that it's not big and you can't fill it out. Okay, it's not his fault though, bro. But it is alleged that
Why was it empty?
that Chris Brown bought more than 3/4 of the homies' concert tickets,
Oh, yeah.
and that's why it was super empty. Literally, just the mosh pit was filled with.
That
with
wasn't
people,
even
bro.
100 people, bro. Maybe 200 people there.
Yep.
Maybe.
Probably around 200-300 in the mosh pit, bro. But it's sad to see, like, yo, bro, is the beef that intense, bro, that a homie would do that? A lot of people are saying, nah, it's cool, though. He still walks away with the bag. the fact that Breezy obviously
Paid for it.
bought all the tickets.
Yeah, but it's
But
more the
it's
embarrassment.
the
Breezy doesn't
embarrassment.
care, bro. Breezy
Yeah.
has fans, bro. He doesn't care. But it's more so the embarrassment. You come out now, you have to do a show where there's nobody in front of you. Ah, that's a bit swag.
That is bad, and a lot of people are saying this is a nice page in a book of Chris Breezy that you can now take going forward. But the producer Clayton actually mentioned, this started that tactic and strategy started already
With 50, bro.
with 50 and
50
Ja
did
Rule.
it, yeah.
That was real beef. That was guns and
Hey, but
knives
50
and.
doesn't care, bro. 50 likes the
50's
beef,
on
bro. Yo,
another level.
50 likes
And he
the
hasn't
beef,
grown up, bro. He's still the same.
50
is
doesn't
funny,
care, bro.
yo.
He likes the beef. It's like he's looking for the beef, bro.
50's
He
funny.
really doesn't care. But bro, to continue our conversation from last week, we second guessed the convo we had last week. Okay, so for those of you who don't remember, last week we touched on the topic that was going on in the church space with Pastor Mark Driscoll that went to go preach at what's the pastor's name now, bro? I keep forgetting the pastor's name. Do you remember it?
John someone.
John Lindell. John Lindell, right?
Skin easy.
He went to go preach at John Lindell's church. And of course, it was in a men's conference. The opening procession was the day before. I actually found out it wasn't it because the conference was a couple of days long, but it was the day before the opening. And he had a sword swallower come. But the sword swallower also had like a stripper pole, and the gent was like doing stripper moves, taking off his t-shirt
Doing
and
his
this, that,
tang.
and the other. And so when Pastor Mark Driscoll came the next day, he came on stage and he was like, yo, he doesn't think that was dope. The fact that this homie, they allowed the stripper in the church and whatever. So Pastor John was sitting on the floor and he started shouting, "You out of line, Mark, you out of line."
Yeah.
And then he said, "Mark, you done. And then Mark put his cap back on. He preaches with a cap normally. Puts his cap back on, walks to the podium, takes his Bible, and he's like, "Aight, sharp."
So he didn't
And then
finish. He
leaves.
didn't finish his sermon.
Nah, he didn't. He walked
But
off
this
stage.
was in the middle of his sermon where
It sounded
where
like he was
spoke about-
kind of. He already started speaking. He started greeting everyone, and then he was starting his sermon. And then he got into it, and then he's like, because he was speaking about the Jezebel spirit in church and how the church allows these anti things to come in and all that. And then he said, but the Jezebel spirit was already in the church because we started the whole conference with a stripper and blah blah blah. And so it obviously caused beef.
Yeah.
Pastor John felt some type of way. Mark feels some type of way. A lot more people are siding with Mark. Initially, we also siding with Mark. In principle, we side with Mark. However, when we had the conversation, we did see some flaws in Mark's thought process. Jump in there, bro.
Bro, it's such a tricky one. I think for me personally, when we had the conversation last week, bro, I was jumping back and forth. I was with Mark, then I was with John, then I was like, yo. But I think when you actually basically weigh out the entire situation and find out when what took place. So this took place the night before.
When you put
Context to the
context
entire
to it,
thing. This took place the night before. I think probably the opening night of the conference. And Mark wasn't preaching on that night.
I don't even think he was there,
Yeah. So Mark wasn't even there at all. So he had couple of good hours and so forth, about a nice 24 hours to think the whole thing through. Bear in mind, before Mark even took the stage, he was in the green room with John for a good 20, 30 minutes. And then you wouldn't want to be speaking about the situation before you're going on. But now you ask yourself the question, is it better to speak about it on the podium without this guy even knowing what he did is wrong if that is the case? So for me personally, I think the way that, again, in principle, we are siding with Mark. In principle, that is a no-no. There's no ways in the church men's conference you can bring through a male stripper on the pole like that. I don't know what were they thinking in rehearsals leading up to the conference. So Mark is right in principle, but definitely I think going to a senior pastor's freaking church, bro. To his church and calling the guy out like that, live jive, on stage, in front of everyone, is a bit of a tricky one. I don't think he should have did it that way. I think because he had a good 24 hours to think about it, he should have probably, even worst case scenario, in the green room or before. I mean, you had the entire day. I don't know what time it was, but you had the entire morning and so forth on two phone down. Hey, I don't agree with X, Y, and Z. I think based on what I stand for and my beliefs, can I address it before preaching?
That I don't agree
That I
with you.
don't agree, because the last thing you want to also have happen is have your name attached to that, because whenever you sign on or say yes to a invite from any specific church and so forth on, you basically saying yes to that
You're
culture.
endorsing that culture, yeah.
So you're saying yes to that. So I think there are ways to address it, but I think so live jiving in the middle of your sermon, just so, and it must have been harsh, bro, for John to have said, like, yo, you out of line now. To have gone to that point, I'm sure it must have been extremely
Your
harsh.
side, bro.
Nah, from my side, I feel like Mark was untidy with that whole situation there. There was no need to. Firstly, if his sermon was about the Jezebel spirit in the church and everything, clearly he had time then to go sit, like Jay was saying, he had time to go sit and prepare a whole sermon based on the day before. So, to me, technically, the
No,
way
that he's been preaching Jezebel spirit
Has he?
in his church
Okay.
the whole time. Yeah.
Okay.
He has been, yeah.
Okay.
So he's been on that
He's
topic
been
the whole
on
time.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
but-
wasn't based on what happened.
Okay, and I just need to check there. But then still, I feel like it was still wrong the way it was done. There was no need to go on stage live like that and call mans out on stage in front of his congregation at the end of the day, because that's disrespectful towards him still. And like we said last week, it takes away the whole point of people being at the conference for lives to be changed and certain things to happen there, because now instead of concentrating on the actual sermon itself, you're now concentrating on the beef between the two, because I'm sure you can feel the tension in the room at that point in time. It's obvious the man is literally calling him out in front of him. So it's like,
For me, the
I
sad
want
part-
to ask a question. Sorry, broski. Maybe to Mark's defense, a tad bit. Where the world is currently at, and we're gonna segue into a different conversation, which kind of links to this, bro. Where the world is currently at, the harsh approach with certain agendas,
Is necessary.
with the harsh approach with certain agendas, bro, unapologetically. In that moment, what if he had what if the Holy Spirit propelled him in that moment? Hey, I understand you can speak in green room, phone the guy afterwards, but I need a message to come across in this moment where everyone is there. How many thousands of gents there? Especially where the world is at this moment in time.
but do you feel like that could be the Holy Spirit? Because now looking back at it, you have two pastors fighting. It doesn't paint a good picture on the
For
Christianity.
Christians.
in general.
Not
But
just a question.
For me, what's the sad part about it, that also connects to part of your question that you're asking at the moment, is that when Pastor John came up afterwards, bro, his gents at the conference were all booing him. So that's also untidy.
You see.
It's like if you were having an event, bro, we've had multiple conferences at our churches, at our church or whatever. If I had to go on stage, or if I invited you to come speak at my conference and you take me out while I'm
front.
sitting there, it's like in front
Yeah.
of my people and things, I will obviously feel like, explain, bro, you didn't have to
Do it
hit
like
me like
that.
that now. And then when now I
bro.
go up on stage, now my own people are saying, get off stage, boo, get off stage. I don't know if you saw that video, bro.
I
They
didn't
were
see
all
the
like,
video,
get
but we
off,
did discuss
get
it,
off,
bro.
boo, get off. And you're like, explain, bro, you're
Yeah.
causing untidiness with my own congregation and me now. You're putting a distance between me and my people. I don't know if that is if that's altogether a positive thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going forward, it's difficult now for John to try and recover that.
What's Mark's position? Mark's position is I don't agree with us. What's his thought process? If I don't say something publicly, it's going to look like I'm co-signing and endorsing this behavior, which I don't want people to go out there. Mark is popular. People speak about him. These things go viral. Now people are going to go out and say, this man preached at the event when this happened.
Sorry to break your, to mess in your mouth there. The other side to it then would be, let's say he doesn't come out publicly, he speaks to John in a back room afterwards, or have a supper or lunch after everything, and speak to him about it. The blow up is not as big then, because literally the only people that will be speaking about it was the people that's there. And not everyone's going to be speaking about it, because some people that's there, some of them I'm sure they wouldn't have minded. Like, it's a gent, we know. There's no woman here, it's my gent. It's fine.
Plus,
is
it
what
wasn't
it is.
overly sexual either. It was more so that he could climb,
Yeah.
slide down the thing
So-
with the sword in his mouth.
so-
it wasn't overly sexual.
So, not John, what's Mark?
Mark.
Mark blew it up more.
by doing
by
that.
doing what he did, which is unnecessary. There was no need for it to be this big thing where it could have been sorted out behind closed doors. And yes, you're saying he's putting his image on it and all that type of things. But at the end of the day, what image are you representing now?
Because
Having a
my
whole
thing is,
fight and argument at the end
it
of the
still
day
looks
when the
swag.
thing could have still been sorted behind closed doors.
Yeah, and-
There'll be
and-
like
and
a
obvious-
few people here and there talking about
But
it.
it wouldn't have
And,
blown
yeah,
up.
and
Blown
obviously
up the
behind
way it
closed
is.
doors, bro, you can't tell the gent like if we had a similar situation like yo, broski, I understand what you did, but going forward, if I'm asked about this on interviews and so forth, and I am going to mention that I spoke to you.
About it
About
privately.
it
And that was my thing. I would say if then, let's say he's on a radio interview and they say, hey, listen, how could you have preached while this and this was going on? Then in Mark's position, you could still say, nah, I don't agree with that. And off the record, I did speak to Pastor John to tell him, listen, I don't agree with this, blah, blah, blah. Plus, my whole sermon was technically against that behavior.
Yeah.
But what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to embarrass him in front of his congregation.
100%.
I didn't want to call him out in that way. So we spoke about it. Then you could even call Matthew 18 in check and then say, the Bible teaches that if we're unhappy about something, we must speak to our brother privately and whatever before we make it public.
Yeah.
And so I didn't feel that it was necessary to embarrass him in the public. And so I had a conversation with him privately. However, I don't agree with it categorically. And my whole sermon was technically against it. So it shows you that I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to embarrass him from a brother standpoint, from a Christian spiritual standpoint. I didn't want to call him out in that way. And that's why I didn't embarrass him on stage. I could have, and
But
I
I
have the
chose
guts
not
to, but I chose to protect him in that space.
And I feel like I feel like if you do it in that way, I feel like that's more the Holy
Honorable.
Spirit and leading you type of a thing, because now at the end of the day, it's just sitting with two pastors fighting each other at the end of the day, which, like I said, doesn't paint a good image on Christianity, because already the world thinks that Christians can't stand together. So now you're painting this whole image and proving them right, basically.
That you all don't know how to
You don't know how
unite
to
and things.
unite and stand together.
Which brings us to
Yeah, bro.
ladies and
Mark's
gentlemen.
wrong, John's wrong. Get a boxing ring.
Can I ask one
Roll
more
each
thing
other.
quick? It's off topic. How do you feel? It's just a bit sidetrack. How do you feel about now when you drive on the highway and stuff, and you see these posters that say, "Together we can do better," and this big ANC billboards and stuff?
I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Everyone in the comment section, please do drop your comments in the
Because I
comment
like
section.
to
You're
know,
like quiet
because
today.
the truth is when I drive and I see those things, I'm like, yeah, those people actually they're slapping us in our face here to say,
They
let's
think
do
we
more
gullible."
together and let's
But you know what the sad part is?
But
People
some
still
are.
believe it.
Some people are.
Some people still say, we're gonna vote for ANC again. It's like,
Some people still are dependent thinkers, bro, which is the sad reality
Yeah.
of where we find ourselves.
Because I was driving and I'm just thinking, like, if I feel this way, I'm sure there's others that probably also drive
nah,
and get
obviously
mad
most
when they
people
see
feel
those
it.
things.
But that's why there's even a joke going around where that guy says, guys, just to be on the same page, we are still going against ANC. Ne? Just because they're giving us electricity before election doesn't mean they're not going to switch it off again after
Yeah.
us. And then people in the comment section were like, we full ANC, we full ANC. Then I was like, bro, there's no point.
Nah, it's difficult.
Ah,
bro.
there's no point, bro.
The
Plus,
thing
people
is
who are
that-
ANC, remember they are benefiting from ANC,
Yeah.
bro. They're getting like, what do you call us? They get like contracts
Tenders
and
and
tenders and blah, blah, blah. And they know
And they
people
don't want to
in
lose
that
that
space.
money.
Yeah, they have friends in that space. They have people that work there. They have family that works there. So obviously, if they lose that position, they're gonna lose all that money, that
Yeah.
influence and stuff that they have. So obviously, they have a lot to gain out of ANC being
Voting.
there, as corrupt as it is. In fact, they're benefiting from the corruption. So it's in their best interest to keep the corrupt people there because it works for them.
I just find it weird, like, how we had load shedding the whole time. And now, like, all our stations is working, everything with a grid is somewhere up and running.
Bro, we
There's
haven't had
nothing
load
of-
shedding for a whole
Bro,
month
when
now,
else did you
bro.
hear of
Been at-
turn
yeah,
off
agreed.
turn off your things if you're not using what? Nothing, bro. It's quiet.
Bro, we haven't had a load shedding this whole month.
Yeah,
Bro,
whole time
I have
month,
a
bro.
fish tank, a nice big fish tank that I try to make nice and fancy. And my fish were dying, bro, when the crack keeps going off, on. Now, the
Now they're
fish is just
enjoying life.
alright, man. They're enjoying life. There's bubbles, there's air in the tank, there's liquor there. They're enjoying their lives to the fullest now. No load shedding.
Just see greens.
That's the thing.
Just
It's like,
greens. No load
so like,
shedding, bro.
what I want to know, like, what changed?
They're obviously keeping it
Yeah.
on for elections, bro.
Yeah, but the
after
thing
elections,
is-
it's gonna go back to stage 6
But
and
that's
stuff like
my
that.
question. But why then load shedding if we can stay on? Because we can keep it on during Rugby World Cups. We can keep it on during.
It's
And
a
put it off when grade
Elections, we
12s
can-
are starting.
Nah, bro, it's a tactic. It's a manipulation tactic, bro. From the bruh, we know people that are in that space, nah. And because of the status that we have in the church circles, we meet people in all different areas of life, and we know people in that space,
Yeah.
and we know for a fact there's a very diabolical mindset and
Yeah.
plan behind why they do the things they do, bro. It's not genuine. It's really not genuine. So there's obviously manipulation and tactics and strategy and you know, doing things on purpose to try and harm the country. It's very purposeful. It's not by mistake.
Yeah, and it's sad to see. Obviously, broski, it will be a coalition government, but obviously, I think the ANC will
Definitely, everyone knows the ANC
will
will
be
still
at the
win.
forefront of all of that. But other parties will get a lot more seats.
Ish, bro. Which brings us to the Olympics chances. The morning team, or I'm saying morning team, Fabio is saying.
That poster makes me nauseous, Jess.
Hey, bro, for real, man. Bro.
Yo, get
And that
mad when
poster
you
is
see
one
it.
poster and a poster.
Yeah.
All the posters, bro.
But
one
so
poll.
just when do you know when the Paris Olympics is coming
I
up?
think it's in June or July, bro, but it is this. It's definitely this year.
Yeah,
It's
so
not too
there's.
far from.
So do you just want to tee us up for that whole thing, bro?
Yeah, broski. So Lia Thomas,
26th
bro.
of July.
Hey, this is a bit of a tricky one as well, bro. Lia Thomas, formerly a gent, well by birth, he was born a gent, bro, and he
He
swims.
technically still
He
is a
still
gent.
is. Lia is a gent, bro. So this gent, bro, is obviously a transgender athlete now, bro. But when he was a gent, he ranked, I think, 64. He was 64 in the gents, in the gents category,
Yeah.
where he belongs. Homie decides, bro, nah, I wanna, for lack of a better word, I wanna cut my balls off and play on the other
Yeah.
team. Jen plays on the other team, all of a sudden starts ranking up to first place, bro. Wins all these medals and so forth on, bro. So now there's a big thing, and
So
I see
60, 60 what? When he was
64
64 when you're swimming with,
with
the
the
gents.
gents, bro.
And when he switched
With
over to
where
the
he
ladies.
belongs, bro, he's 64.
And
he's
then
not-
now when he moves to
he's-
the ladies,
yeah.
he's beating them with
Yeah,
laps.
bro, with laps, breaking records, winning all these achievements and awards, bro. And now with the Paris Olympics coming up 9 July, he's basically fighting that, because a lot of the women are now saying that this is extremely unfair. How can this be a thing? And they don't want him to basically swim at the Paris Olympic, but he's fighting for it now, saying, I am a chief.
But I was listening to some interviews, right? And there's this one lady, her name is Paula, and she swam against Lia in the last big races that gave them like medals and that gave them like some sort of status. I don't know if it was like to qualify and all that kind of stuff. And this lady Paula, she came out and said, listen, all the ladies in the locker room are feeling unsafe. They're all feeling uncomfortable. They're all feeling like they don't want this thing to be a thing, but they're so scared to say something because they're afraid of being cancelled. They're afraid of being labeled homophobic. They're afraid.
Bro,
they're
which
so
is the
afraid.
truth. I won't lie to you. Sorry, broski. I'm at a point now, bro, and I have respect to females and gents, bro, both.
Yeah.
But I'm at a point now where I want to literally test this thing. We won a bikers run this past weekend, and when we stopped at the one garage for a lavatory break, bro, there was this one policeman that was also walking into the gents, and I wanted to ask him, like, yo, what would you do now if I had to walk there into the ladies' bathroom? And I'm kind of at that point, bro, to test this whole thing, because it's asinine,
out
and
there.
it's getting to a point where it's literally
And you just throw that card, basically.
It's becoming
Yeah, it's-
crazy. Nah, but here's the thing, right? And so this girl, young lady, Paula, she came out and she's like, yo, this is making us feel uncomfortable. We're scared to change. We're scared to this. We're scared to that. And the ladies don't like it, but they're so afraid to say something. in fear of being labeled homophobic that they rather just keep quiet. And so she said, when I speak to the ladies in private and in person, and I say, be honest with me, are you okay with this? All of them say, no, they're not okay with it. And they feel that it's unfair because clearly, if you just Google a picture of Lia Thomas, you can see it's a man, bruh.
Yeah.
Big,
muscular
broad
structure.
shoulders, tall. Like, you can see, bruh, this is a gent. Bruh. And not even just a small gent, a big gent. He's tall and wide, bruh. It's like a big guy. And so just by physical structure in and of itself, just by that alone, outside of the transgender debate, outside of the LGBT debate, just by physical structure, you can then see, this person is a lot bigger than the ladies that are competing in this category, and that it obviously is unfair. And so she came out
And
then
at
she
his
went,
prime, bro, 24 years old.
yeah, bro,
This is like-
that's your prime.
Prime,
That's
bro.
literally at your prime. So
Make physicality space.
Paula came out and said, look, if nobody's gonna say anything, she's gonna say anything. Then she went to go complain. But then nobody took her seriously and whatever else. Then the last race they went, the timing and stuff, né? Paula pushed so hard because she really wanted to win.
Yeah.
To the point where her timing was identical to Lia Thomas' timing, right? And then Paula went to the judges. Then the judges said, no, it's a tie. Then she said, okay, then if it's a tie, who gets the trophy?
Yeah.
So they said, no, Lia gets the trophy. So they gave the trophy to Lia. They had a duck ceremony there, fireworks, everything nice. And then Paula said, nah, I'm not going to let this slide. I'm going to complain.
Yeah.
Then she went after the fact and she went to the judges and she said, listen here, I'm not happy with what went down here because at the end of the day, if it's a tie, what's the tiebreaker? How
Yeah.
do you decide who you're giving this thing to?
Lia Thomas has a trophy.
Yeah. How are you giving us to Lia if our times are identical? Who gets this thing if we both have the same time? How do you, what's the deciding factor? What's the thing that tips the scale in one direction or the other? Then they said, no, it's nothing. We'll come up with a plan. We'll give you all both trophies and da. But the photo op has to be with Lia. The photo op has to be with Lia. So she went aside and she like kind of just let it go. And she was like, this thing is a problem.
Yeah.
But later on, she said she's not going to let it go. Then she went back to the board and she went to go contest it to say, guys, this is not right.
Yeah.
How is it that you'll bring a man here in our category and you'll make a man beat us as ladies and you'll still celebrate it while we're sitting here like fools after we practiced for years, after we done this and this and this? It doesn't make sense. It's not fair. And then she went to go contest it. Then she said there was an opportunity she got personally to speak to one of the judges off the record. And she asked that judge, what actually is going on here? Then that judge said, listen, you're off the record. We were verbatimly told and even threatened to say that if we don't give this thing to Lia, there's going to be problems. And all the judges, they were looking at each other with that mindset to say, we know this is unfair.
Yeah.
And we know this is not right. But we were literally told like a gun to the head, kind of threatened to say that if you don't do this, there's going to be problems. So based on that, I had to give it to Lia. So that's when that gave Paula even more like steam to say, whoa, so this is what's going on. Then she came out full blast and said, nah, she's going to complain now because there's like an agenda going on here where these people were even threatened to the point to say that you'll better make sure that the transgender athlete wins because we're busy pushing an agenda here. And based on that, bro, a lot more people are now siding with Paula. And based on that now, when it came to the Olympics, the Paris Olympics, a lot more people now, because they said they did a new Gallup poll to say that what's the setup. And they said that, nah, bro, people are saying this is not fair towards ladies. We fought all our years for women's rights. We fought all our years to be part of the of sporting activities. We fought all our years to be part of the workplace. Now you are taking it away from us again by using the umbrella of transgenderism to bring a man into our sports again and robbing us from the opportunities and robbing us from the abilities to win gold, to win all these awards. Because now clearly this person is bigger than us. They're stronger than us. They have a different development structure than us. So of course they're gonna win. And that's one of the big people that are really talking a lot about it is this lady Paula, where she's complaining. She's saying, nah, that's not right.
Yeah,
Zach
no.
says everything, literally everything. Thoughts, chance. Yeah, you're right. What?
No, but it's. But for me, what's crazy is the fact that Lia still goes out and actually winning the trophy, all those type of things. Lia is actually still fighting a court case that's ongoing right now with the board to perform at
The Paris
the
Olympics.
Paris Olympics. Yeah. So for me, it's like, how does it even make sense? Like to still you. I don't know how to explain, guys. To me, it's just it might don't make sense. How you still fight for this thing, and
When you know it's wrong.
you know it's wrong. And at the end of the day, bruh, like these other women are fighting hard. They're working overtime, literally, just to get the times that Lia Thomas is getting. They're working overtime, and a lot of people are coming out and saying, no, Lia Thomas' body has nothing to do. It's not an advantage, all that thing. It's like, how is it not an advantage? Why do you not see gents that become women? Why don't they then perform women that become gents? Why don't they perform in the gent sports? Because in their heads, they already know that there's no point of me even performing here because first, I'm not really a gent.
Yeah.
It's always the other way around. It's always
and
gents that
obviously
become
a-
women
it's a
that
proven
perform
fact,
in the
bro,
women's
that,
sports.
that woman, just basically bone density, bone structure, and so forth. And it's a proven fact, bro, that men are stronger in that regard.
Yeah. And my thing is, they're making it such a big thing. With Casta, why wasn't Casta then allowed to run, who is actually a woman? But they came out with this whole thing of no, Casta can't run because testosterone levels are too high and all this type of stuff. At the end of the day, we're making gents compete. Yeah, you can say they're taking hormone blockers and all this type of things, but it's still gents physically structured. They obviously gonna have an advantage. Where Casta wasn't allowed to run, who is an actual woman, based on they said her body structure and her testosterone levels were too.
She also
Yeah,
looks like a gent.
she does. But it's a woman at the end of the day. When you look down there, Casta had a baby. Casta can have a baby. Casta had a baby. And
The day
it's
that
like,
Lia Thomas can have a baby, maybe we can consider.
maybe, yeah. But at this point in time, I don't understand why we're so double-sided, because we're allowing gents who claim that they're women to perform in women's sports. But now you're having an actual woman who is a woman, but now you're coming with all this type of things to say she can't perform in women's sports. But she's a woman.
It doesn't make sense. Man. It really doesn't make sense. Man.
And that's why
But
Casta fell off also, because it became a whole legal battle and all those things. And when you even, in Casta's book, she actually came out and she said, like, it became too much mentally and physically for her, because it's like, I have to prove myself every time that I'm a woman.
So now the argument is they must make a completely new category for transgender people.
Fact, and I'm 100% with that. I know.
Yes.
Pierce mentions that as well, bro. Why don't we just do that? We're not saying you guys are wrong. Yes, we or I have my beliefs on this whole thing. However, let women compete in women division, men compete and in men division, and for your transgenders, have your own division.
Because that's the
Have
fight
your
now
own
with the
division.
Lia Thomas
Like we're
thing.
saying, sure, what you're doing is okay. If you believe that you can do what you're doing and you're fighting for what you are and whatnot, that's cool. But do it in your own space, and we'll celebrate you. We'll celebrate you and everything. But you can't now come and disrupt.
Come I ask you a question.
Flow
What's gonna happen? Eh? Here's the scenario. Let's say the Olympics comes and says, okay, fine, we're gonna start a new category just for transgender. Ne? And now all the transgender men go there and all the transgender women go there. What's gonna happen?
You're just gonna have. The truth is, it's still gonna be a men's category at the end of the day. Can I explain why it's gonna be a men's category at the end of the day? Because, like I mentioned first, it's always the men that become women that are moving over to the women's sports. It's never the
Yeah.
other way around. It's not the women that become
Or the
men.
percentage
that
is
compete.
low on the other way,
Yeah.
the other side.
So you
bro.
st-
They
it's
said
still-
there's one woman that wants to
The
go play soccer.
percentages.
Yeah, but the chances of that, is she playing?
Like, did you see that thing, bro? Where they said they
I
bring
don't
in
know
the,
about
the
professional
woman
football.
to play. Yeah, they
but
wanted to come play professional. I don't know if she's gonna. Bro, I don't know how that's gonna work because remember, bro, the criteria for that is through the mountains. Because the gents that play there.
they are starting with. I mean, if you see FIFA or EA now, bro, and you play these competitions, there's women on the field, bro.
What? Where?
Like on these competitions on EA.
Which is fine, Jay. I'm saying.
Yeah,
you
but it's
think-
not. It's actual woman.
Jay, I'm talking about.
But I'm
gents.
speaking about like in the league itself.
I'm saying
You
Jay,
have transgender-
If a transgender woman wants to come play for Liverpool, do you think she's gonna be able to go up against VVD? Do you think she's gonna be able to go up against these gents that the Cristiano Ronaldos of the world, bro?
Bro, in all fairness, bro, we do
With
see.
strength,
I
with
think there is extremely good women footballers,
Yeah,
no
there
doubt
is,
about
but
it.
that's why you have divisions in sport.
Reece James' sister, bro. Apparently, she's better than a lot of gents, bro. But I just think for me as a gent, bro, why would I want to even play against a female? I don't think I'd be comfortable
But
going
let's just
up
say you do play
going
against,
up against a
but
female.
here's my thing, bro. The American female soccer team that won the Olympics or what the
But
whatever
now,
they
but
won.
now
World
she's
Cup.
on my team, bro. Man, she gave
Nah,
her
bro,
own changing room.
they came to
Like
play.
it's just a ripple effect of.
Nah,
of
bro, they came to
cons.
play some under 16 boys or something, and then the boys started them like 6-0 or something.
Oh yeah,
The actual
American,
national team, yeah.
Yeah, and this,
And lighties, like school lighties, beat them.
boys beat that national ladies team, bro.
Yeah, but that's exactly why when Xavier asked the question, if you have that, it's
But
still
there's
gonna
a
be
lot
a
of-
men's category at the end of the day. Because the truth is, I'm not to speak negative or anything on women, but the truth is, as a woman, they automatically know that when you enter a man's sport, the man has an advantage. Now, obviously, I'm not speaking like your netballs and stuff. That's why you have categories like which is a
Yeah.
woman's sport. Yes, gents can play netball as well, but
Play
it's
netball.
more on the
Yeah.
woman's side of life.
But you know, gents are playing netball. No, gents are playing netball after school.
but Jess, my bad, bro. This is what I'm saying, bro. I do understand. If there's a large percentage that's a fact that men are stronger than women.
Yeah.
It's only the minor wherein you get a case where a woman is
What
stronger
do they say?
than, than a gent. That I do know as well.
There's a phrase that goes that the exception doesn't make the rule. Just because there's like one chick that's better
but,
than
but what I'm trying to say, bro,
one gent. It doesn't mean
regardless
that's
of
how it
men
is.
But
being
that's- you must
better,
know-
bro.
Okay,
Regardless of men being better, there's a lot of cons to it as well. Because now again, you a chick, you on my team, and we're gonna get into the school here in the South. Don't want to mention names that has a lesbian in the gents soccer team, and basically what they're gonna be pushing soon. We'll get to that.
But
bro.
it's a gent.
It's a chick.
It's a chick.
Oh, okay.
That's a
Wants to
chick
play
in-
with the
that
gents
plays
soccer
with the
team.
gents, bro.
Okay.
A school here in the South, bro. And my train of thought. Yeah, bro, there's just a lot of cons to it. Now you have a chick in your team. Which changing room does she use? After the matches, the gents are all, gents,
Yeah.
bro. You taking a shower, you gents. And now what must she do?
She must go to a different bathroom. But here's my thing.
Team camaraderie?
Come I ask you this, ne? If you're gonna go and have your thought was still halfway, bro, about the whole category to say that if they have a transgender category,
it's still gonna be
a men's category.
Basically.
What about the chicks that shifted over to being men that to go play in that category also?
They're still gonna end up at the bottom of that category.
Which basically is just gonna bring you back to men and women.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Because
But that's what I'm picturing. I'm picturing if let's say like this. Let's say the Olympics says, okay, there's a transgender league, right?
Yeah.
Or a transgender division. Okay? Here's a transgender division. 10 men that transgendered into women and 10 women that transgendered into men. Ne? By nature, you're gonna find, even with hormone blockers, even with anything else, you're gonna find that it's naturally. Listen to this, bro. It's naturally going to. The oil is naturally gonna rise to the top, bro.
Bro, here's the
If
thing.
you throw water and you throw oil and you stir it and you mix it, the oil is naturally gonna rise to the top. The
Fact.
gents are gonna naturally be stronger than the transgender woman that became
But yes,
men.
sorry, bro. Here's the
It's
thing.
gonna be natural.
You always say this, bro. That this is a
House
a
of
house
cards.
of cards built on sand and it's ready to collapse, bro. For me personally, as much as we will celebrate it and the world will celebrate it, they disrupting the original system of how things were designed and created. You have a man and you have a woman, you have a boy, you have a girl. That's how life. That's how God designed.
That is what it is.
So now you disrupting it. For me, it's a case of I'm not gonna think about your thought process as to how things must be done if that category is birthed. That's on y'all. I'll let them go figure it out themselves.
No, but I'm saying let's just indulge the thought for a second and say, there the Olympics comes out and they say, okay, here's a category for people who have transitioned, right?
Yeah.
Fine. Now you have 10 gents that are now women, 10 women that are now gents. That thing is by nature going to flip itself over automatically. If they begin to swim against each other, the gents are gonna beat the woman.
But yet is
If
gonna.
they begin to
But
play
then they gonna have their conversation with each other
Yeah,
and
bro.
try and figure out
If
what's
they,
right
if
and
they
what's
start
wrong.
playing
That's why I
physical
said-
sports,
Yeah.
the gents that are naturally and born men
Now though-
are going to automatically be stronger than the woman. Either way,
Now
bro.
Leah, that's a woman, is gonna be facts.
And
if Leah
up against gents.
if Leah that's a woman
and
that
she's
goes
gonna
and
say,
plays,
no, but I'm a gent.
yeah, goes
Yeah.
and plays in a
In the
trans.
beginning, you were a gent.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if Leah goes and plays in a transgender league, ne, or in a transgender category, ne, Leah's going to go up against other men, bruh.
That were
And if
woman.
those men,
But that's,
no,
that's why I said it's a.
other woman, no, other men that changed to woman, that are now wearing their hair long and are now dressing like women and calling
men,
themselves
yeah, but
women.
I'm saying men that, but,
But
she
that's
was
why
also a
in
gent
reality,
It's a men's
they're still gonna
category
be
still.
two Owens versing each
gents.
other.
But
Then
that's
you're
why I
gonna
said
see the
True.
popo
But that's what I'm saying.
Then
Now
it's gonna
Leah
be
will
equal.
say, nah, but I'm going up against you as a gent. Yeah, you were also a gent.
So now what now?
So now what?
but that's the point I'm making.
Also known to the viewers and everyone, when we talk about this, we're comparing apples with apples in terms of I'm a gent, but I can't go compete against a woman that is a weightlifter. I'm obviously not gonna win because it's not my category, it's not what I'm strong at. If you're talking football now, then yeah, you can compare me now to another woman that's playing football.
But even so, bro, that lady that we had here that was a bodybuilder.
Yeah, she said,
if
if
even
I-
a normal
if I
gent
must go
will
and
come and
work-
outlift me.
Yeah, if I must go and work like how she works and do the same things that she does, she says I will be able to.
We remember we
outlift
asked her, bro. We asked her if one of us must now come into York. She said, nah, it's gonna be unfair. You all are gonna be able to outlift me, even without much training, because naturally.
You
The-
just
it's
have the
different.
strength
Our
and-
bodies are made differently. Just naturally, it is. That's how it is, bro. So this argument to try and debunk reality
Yeah.
or debunk the truth, it just doesn't make sense. Just check what Anka said there, bro.
Yeah, bro. So first and foremost, what's up, Mr. Juan Horn? Good morning, guys. Morning, broski. Anka goes on to say it's not fair. That's why there's always been two categories. Not basically, it is a men category. They must have a league of their own if they will feel better. The only reason gents transition to is sport is because they didn't do well among their own peeps.
Yeah.
And that's the case. We started off by saying Lia Thomas was ranked 64
in the world.
in gent when she was a gent.
when he was worth his real
Yeah,
where he
what-
was supposed
yeah.
to be, and then when
So
he
he
switches
wasn't
over
doing
to
well.
women, he's
He
jumps
wasn't
straight to
doing
her.
well. He's feeling some type of way. Ish, I want to win.
Bro, in that case, all the
Is
gents
that
can just say,
64 in the
"Aye."
world?
Nah, in his category or wherever, whatever he was swimming.
Yeah, but
Now in the
regardless
world, bro, you'll be far behind,
But
bro.
regardless, even
Far
if you,
behind.
okay, 64 is not too bad in the world, but
That's
you're
what I'm
still
asking.
64, bro.
Now you won.
Now you
From
number
64 to
bro.
1 in one overnight, and you tell me there's no difference between biologically the structure of your body. How does that make sense? You go from 64 to 1. Nah, Jen, this thing is untidy. But
And the truth is, bro, at the end of the day, the people that lose out is the woman. And it's just not fair because
and that's the whole argument.
it's really not fair because the ones that are women and that identify as women, they're the ones that's working hard. They're trying to excel in their sport or in their whatever it is that they're doing. But now you just have someone that automatically comes here
And
and
you're
has the
missing out on
advantage.
proper world championships, bro.
But the question is that
Proper
an indictment
world.
towards women's rights then again?
Well,
That's-
clearly it's
yeah.
not.
It's supposed to be.
It has to
Yeah,
be,
but
bro.
obviously it's not because we're allowing it. And we're still fighting for the woman for the gen that became a woman. We're still fighting for that one. Never mind Paula that must fight a
She
life
must fight
away
a battle by herself.
by herself because no one's listening to her.
But now
Thus,
people are
everyone
actually...
is on Lia's, well, not everyone.
Now
but
people are starting to complain now. I feel, I don't know about you guys, but I do feel a shift in the atmosphere where I think this LGBT train has lost a lot of steam. I know in some parts it still feels like they're dominating, but from what I can see and what I'm sensing, it lost a lot of steam. And I tell you why I say that. 3 years ago, if you said something, 3 years ago, this conversation would have been blacklisted on YouTube. Just the conversation we're having now would have already been said. You can't have this conversation. It's what is it, homophobic and whatever else, right? But I'm sensing that after the whole Tate ban, after the whole Jordan Peterson ban, after the whole Piers Morgan ban, after Rumble opened up, after
X
Elon
took
Musk
over.
bought Twitter and turned it into X, I think there's a lot of changes that happened over the past 2 years that a lot more people are becoming a lot more
aware,
comfortable
basically.
And alert.
and also more comfortable to say that something's wrong here, guys. We can't be acting as if nothing's wrong. Because a lot more people wanted to, even if you look at COVID, people wanted to say things that they couldn't say because they
Which
were
is almost
scared.
back.
Yeah, because they were afraid that their voices were going to be taken away.
Yeah.
Now it's more difficult for COVID to come full back the way it came back in 2020 because now now you can go say what you really want to say on X.
Yeah.
Now you can go make videos that you really want to make on Rumble. And I think that when YouTube started seeing that, hey, we're losing a lot. If YouTube carried on blocking people and silencing people and messing with people's freedom of speech, they would have fallen a lot more. And if I would actually argue that YouTube checked their stats and realized if we don't stop this thing soon, a lot more people are going to switch over to Rumble.
Yeah.
Because that's the time when Andrew and them were coming out, Piers Morgan and them were coming out.
On Rumble,
What's that other white guy with the long hair that also he started the show by saying Awakening Wonders. Brad, he's a British actor.
Oh, I see who you're speaking of. The one that wasn't he Russell? What?
Russell Brand.
Yeah.
Russell Brand. He also said now he's moving over to Rumble. I think what began to happen is that when YouTube really went to go look at their stats and stuff, they realized this AIG scoring thing that they had going on. Because remember they had a scoring
Yeah.
that says that it's mandated that we must push the agenda of the LGBT community.
Yeah.
It was mandated. They were given scoring, they were given money. So it was purposely driven to force the narrative. The narrative wasn't natural. The narrative wasn't I was born this way. The narrative wasn't what must I do? This is who I am. No,
Yeah.
it was bought and forced and purposely driven. The same with COVID. It was purposely driven. It was purposely paid for. It was endorsed. It was incentivized. It was if you don't do this, we're gonna give you this if you do it. And if you don't do it, we're gonna block you, we're gonna silence you, we're gonna intimidate you into doing that.
It basically.
And so that's what happened, right? And then when X came, when Rumble came, a lot more people are like, nah, then it's fine, I'll go there. And we saw that with the Disney thing. Disney lost how much billions of dollars from going woke, and then the saying even came, go woke, go broke.
Yeah.
Because a lot more people don't agree with it, but the way they publicize it and the way they shove it down our throats gives us the impression and the image and the idea that everyone's on board with it. But it's not the truth, bro. More people are not on board with it than people that are. And more people are indifferent to it. More people are like, hey, bro, if that's how you feel,
Then
go enjoy your life. But don't force it on me.
Yeah.
Right? But they're making it seem like if you are one of those people that, dude, if that's you, enjoy yourself, leave me out of it, then you are automatically labeled homophobic. Even though you didn't say anything negative or anything homophobic, you're just thrown into that category. So it's like you're forced to choose a side. It's like it's either you with us or you against us kind of, bully mentality kind of. It's like a gang mentality. If you don't do what we tell you to, we're going to kill you.
Get out of here.
So,
Get out of here for real. Yeah, bro. Another sad story that's approaching, bro. And funny enough, these are the things, bro, that we've been speaking about for a hot minute now, bro. A lot of stuff we spoke about in 2020, bro, is things that's coming to the fore now. We also spoke about unisex bathrooms that at one stage was massive in the Western world, in the States and so forth on. But we warned our people, hey,
Said it's coming, yeah.
it's gonna come yet. It's gonna come home soon. And now there's a specific school here in the South, not too far from where we are, bro. There's a specific school here that is implementing unisex bathrooms, which is a tricky one. It is a tricky one.
Do you think, bruh, if you're in high school, your hormones are all over the place. There's a girl that you like. You're gonna go into that toilet, bruh.
Truth.
You're gonna go into that toilet.
Exactly.
You want to go see things. You're gonna kick the doors open.
Is
you're
the
gonna,
bathroom just for... Oh, no. It's unisex.
Unisex.
You're gonna
Yeah.
lure over the wall, over the
Unisex.
little, the cubicle.
So again, bro, and it's another warning that...
Remember,
that-
bruh, you're in high school.
that-
Your hormones are all over the place.
Definitely, it's another warning that we bring forth to our people, bro, that the next thing is obviously that. The next thing is obviously rape cases. The next thing is that. And truth be told, in the next 3-4 years, what we're saying now is going to be the thing that's going to come forth from this. I just think it's a sad reality, and it needs to be checked, and
Yeah.
people need to
To
start
say
really
something.
speaking out.
About
Because as a parent, how would you
If my
you
child-
feel, bro?
If my daughter was in that school, I would definitely feel some type of way that James can go in there. I would 100% feel some type of way. Because I know that the naughty gents are obviously going to use it as an excuse.
I think obviously there still will be, male and female lavatories of their own, bro. But in that regard, again, like you're saying, what stops a gent and a female saying, yo, let's go do our thing here?
Nothing stops them. In fact, that
I don't
gives you
think
an open...
I don't think there'll be security.
Nah, bro, that's an open invitation to exactly say that. Yo, here's a place where we can go and do what
Yeah.
we want to now. It's an open. Or here's a place for me to go and overstep my boundary now. Bro, I'm telling you now, they just wipe the cases under the rugs of what really goes on behind the scene. If they had to be honest and open with the negative effects of all this transgenderisms and all this like things, if they have to show us the original stats,
Yeah.
you're gonna crap yourself, bro. It's just that it's not in their best interest to show it. They have to hide it and cover it. And I know personally about the situation also in a school here in the South, where the teachers had to hide that story and cover it up because it's making the LGBT community look bad, bro. They had to cover it up to the point where they acted like it didn't happen. So if you had to know all the stories where that is the reality and that is the case, it's just gonna make that community look so bad to the point where it's like, we can't allow this out into the public because it's gonna prove the people right with what they've been saying this whole time.
Yeah, bro, and again, bro, a lot of people will watch us and think like, oh, these people are against the LGBT and so forth on and so forth on. I think for us, it's literally just a case of we have our beliefs, bro. Where the fight begins to take place is when you disrupting what we believe. I think that's where the fight begins. So we're not against and so forth on. Yes, bro, we have our beliefs and all of that. But if you're doing your thing and you're doing your thing on your own, and you're fighting for your rights and your freedom on your own, by all means, go for it.
But don't
Go for
infringe on my rights now.
On what we believe, because then it's going to become a back and forth now.
Exactly. But guys, that's our time, gents. Closing remarks.
Yeah, no, crazy one. Crazy one. But it's like Jay said, we did say a while ago that it is going to come home. It's going to happen here. And you know how things work here. One starts doing it, and the next one sees it, and they start doing it, and it just starts. Before you know it, all the schools have it. But I feel like we shouldn't allow it because at the end of the day, do they have conversations with the students as well to find out from not necessarily the gents, but more the women, because they're the ones that can also kind of they get harmed the most at the end of the day through this thing. How do they feel about this? Do they feel comfortable with the unisex bathroom? Even some gents, it's like, hey, we're not comfortable with having women just walking around here and stuff. But yeah, I feel like we need to get to a point where we stand up and talk about it.
I'm not comfortable.
Which gent? The gents wonder goes there.
Aye, bro.
Even me, bro,
I'm not comfortable, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not comfortable at all. If you're going in and you're doing your thing, bro. Aye, bro.
But yeah, that's all. That's all I have to say. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the day, guys.
Closing, Jay.
Bro, I think we're literally at a point now, bro, where we have to have discernment about everything taking place in the world today, bro. And without God, bro, I think there is a scripture that speaks about in John that says, bro, without God, bro, you're nothing. You can do nothing. I said this a lot of times. Another preacher, in his interpretation,
I don't say it.
without God, yeah, I won't say it. Next time. But it's the truth, bro. Bro, if you don't have God on your side, bro, if you don't have the Holy Spirit and discernment, aye, bro, you're destined to doom.
Nah, facts.
I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth.
You disconnected from the rock, bro. You disconnected. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good one. See you on Wednesday on Living with My Ex. See you guys there. Love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.